First thing I want to say before we even get into this is that I was asked to make this video. I saw these screenshots first by a video my friend Pearl made on TikTok, and another friend of mine talked me into making this video because I had been heavily debating it. The reason is because I know this video will put a target on my back, not only by the community, but also by the people who already don't like me. But there is something that irks me so badly about someone that doesn't even live in my country commenting on the state of our politics. Yeah, I know some of you probably don't want to hear about politics. I wish I didn't have to hear about politics either. I wish the world was a good place and didn't treat people differently based on their race or their skin color. But we don't live in that world, and you can't ignore politics just because it makes you uncomfortable, not at a time like this. So I'm sorry for making another video about drama or politics or whatever reason you're going to use against me, but this is important and the situation is getting weird over here and you should know about it. While some of you may be privileged enough to look at this as just politics, some of us can't do that. Politics affect real people's lives and human rights. It's understandable to be upset when a creator you watch supports a political ideology that directly goes against who you are as a person, or a political party that hurts or takes away rights from real people. With that out of the way, let's get into our second disclaimer. I don't want you to look at this video as a drama post or even as a call-out post. I don't condone going after anyone either. What good is that going to do when the people who hold these views are clearly very proud of their belief systems? They're not going to change their way of thinking with any amount of careful wording or education. Not any harassment or insults either. If what you're about to learn about these individuals disgusts you as much as it does me, then I recommend you do what I did and go hit their unsubscribe button and leave it at that. I'm making this video to educate you that not everyone is who you think they are, and I'm sure many of us learned that lesson back last summer, but it's a lesson that never gets fully learned, especially in a community and in a world like this. I'm giving you this information and letting you do what you want with it. I'm not telling you how to think or how to feel, what side to be on, or even what to support. So what is this video about? Before I even speak about anyone by name, I want to educate you a little about what's going on in my country right now. The administration we currently have is targeting Hispanic people and anyone with darker skin or an accent or anything that could indicate they aren't white. People have been getting locked up for months, people have been disappearing off the streets, assaulted, nobody's getting due process or a fair trial. And this isn't just something happening to illegal immigrants like the government has been trying to say. First of all, I'm very against even using that wording to begin with, because I don't believe any human being can be illegal, especially on stolen land. But the point is, a lot of people will try to use that wording to justify this, when in reality it has always been about racism. Recently, the situation has gotten worse. In the past few weeks, specifically, a woman was shot and killed by an officer who claimed she was trying to run him over with her car. But many people at the scene were recording, and the videos taken show that that's not what happened at all. The woman was trying to drive away, which is what she was instructed to do by the officer, and he shot her 3 times. It's also important to note this woman was queer and her wife was in the vehicle with her, and the government is now launching an investigation into the victim's widow and also protecting the officer who committed this murder. This happened in the state of Minnesota, and this entire state has been practically taken over by the government. The people here are being violently harassed and kidnapped by their own government. There are plenty of videos about what's happening in Minnesota out there that would do the situation more justice than I can, so I please recommend you look into it. But what I will sum up is that people's rights are being completely ignored, people are being kidnapped, and the officers don't care if they're a citizen anymore or not. There's videos of officers assaulting women, shouting at peaceful protesters. One protester I saw even lost an eye. I've seen so many videos of people getting brutally assaulted by these officers, and they don't care if these people live or die or not. The government has come out and said that these ICE officers have full immunity, which is why they're getting away with breaking the law and violating the rights of citizens. Schools have been shut down because the officers are going into schools and kidnapping kids and teachers, and our government continues to lie about it despite us having video evidence. The officers have recently started going door to door asking for people's papers and identification. I've seen videos where legal citizens provide their identification and they still get kidnapped. And by the way, when I say kidnapped, I mean when people are detained by ICE, they're put in unmarked vehicles full of masked men. Countless people have died in their custody while detained, and there's no repercussions for the officers. These officers don't care who's legal or not anymore. They just take anyone because they get paid for every person they take. And if all of this doesn't sound horrifying enough, this isn't even scratching the surface. Like I said, I urge you to do your own research, even if you don't live in America. The politics of America affects the entire world. If you just listened to all that and are wondering how anyone in their right mind supports any of that, congratulations for being one of the few critical thinkers we have left on planet Earth. You'd be surprised how many people over here support this, mostly because it's backed by racism and people think it'll never happen to them. If you need more proof this is literally all just racism, a literal ICE officer was detained recently for his skin color, one of their own. Now, how does any of this relate to Identity 5? It doesn't. I'd just like to show you some people in the community who support what my government is doing to our people. This is just an unfortunate reminder you can't trust people in this community to even be half-decent human beings. Here's what an identified YouTuber named Koth had to say about the queer woman who was shot and killed by ICE. Like I said, there's 4 different videos proving she was trying to drive out of the way like the guy told her to do. Also, now we support Charlie Kirk as well. I'm not even going to begin to describe why that's a bad thing. Literally just go look up any clip ever of Charlie Kirk and what the guy stood for and you'll see why that's problematic. His takes were heavily racist and misogynistic. Here's Koth's take on our president, saying he's done a lot for world peace when Europe is literally nearly at war and has troops currently on standby in Greenland because our president is threatening to invade it. Not to mention the situations in Venezuela and the Middle East, but I don't personally feel educated enough on those topics to discuss them. I'm not even going to begin to go into what this could mean, so I'm just going to let you look at it and decide for yourself. Here's Koth's take on our fair job laws over here, which by the way we don't even have anymore because of our president. These laws were that employers had to hire a certain percentage of women and people of color to ensure they weren't being discriminatory. Mind you, the entire reason we had these laws were because white men in the past only hired white men and women and people of color could only get certain jobs or no jobs at all. It was legal to discriminate, and now it's legal to discriminate again because these laws have been retracted by our current president, who also apparently thinks white people are under attack of reverse racism. And if all that wasn't bad enough, we're randomly being transphobic now too. Now you might be wondering where these screenshots are coming from. All of this was actually said publicly in the Identity 5 content creator Discord server. This is an official server, by the way. While I myself am in this server, I don't actually chat here at all. So all of these screenshots came from other people. But many people witnessed this entire situation happen in real time. Koth has also still not been banned from this server either, and rules had to be enforced in the server in the aftermath of this. Because yeah, that server didn't even have any rules. Again, I just want to reiterate, don't harass this guy, and yes guy, Koth is a man. A gay man, mind you, who doesn't even live in America. You have all these wonderful takes on the terror the people in my country are facing when you don't even live over here. You have no idea what you're talking about. And I'm not saying people in other countries can't have opinions on the situation in America right now. Actually, I encourage it. Our news here is heavily suppressed and censored, and a lot of the information I have about what's happening actually came from other countries reporting on it. But if you're going to have a take like this supporting the government that's working against our people and you don't even live here, at least don't delete your TikTok account and get all freaked out when people don't agree with you on it. By the way, Koth has doubled down hard and has no plans of educating himself or apologizing as of right now. So again, don't even bother confronting him. This information is being given to you for the purpose of informing you the people you're supporting are not who you think they are. And you can do with this information what you will. But we're not done yet. Let's talk about CipherBay. I actually only know about this because I was friends with CipherBay for a while because I really liked his content. But I do get political content on my TikTok from time to time, and if you're friends with someone on TikTok, their comments they leave will appear at the top. So I noticed him leaving comments that really confused me, especially because this guy is Hispanic himself. Positive comments about what the government is doing and also him making fun of queer people. I don't feel the need to leave screenshots for this part, mainly because you can just go to his TikTok reposts and see for yourself. He frequently reposts things in support of what the government is doing. One look at his reposts and I immediately unfollowed him. If you're wondering why I'm being vague, that's because I'm already kind of scared this video is going to be suppressed somehow, so I'm trying to dance around specific words here. It's hard for me to come out and talk about this in general because I've been in such a state of paranoia and fear of my own government the past few months that I barely left my house. I struggle a lot with mental health issues, and the state of the world isn't helping that whatsoever. It's just hard not to feel hopeless about it all sometimes. The world seems to be a crueler place every day I wake up than the day before, and being in a community like this doesn't help that feeling either. To close out this video, I just have a few more things left to say, mostly just addressing in advance what I already know a certain percentage of people are going to comment. TracyBun, I don't care about what the YouTuber I watch does in their free time as long as they're good at the game. Ah yes, the good old Nubspector defense. As long as my IDV content creator is hitting those clips, I can overlook any and all terrible, inhumane opinions and bad actions. If you're one of those people that watch this entire video and still want to support people like this just because they're good at the game, or maybe because you just look at stuff like this as just politics, or even if you just don't care, then I implore you to go ahead and unsubscribe from me. I will never want people like you in my personal community. This is a safe space for everyone regardless of race or nationality, sexual orientation, gender, it doesn't matter. I am always going to be on the side of human rights, and this is a clear-cut side for me to take. I'm not telling anyone to unfollow Koth, I'm just telling you to unfollow me if you don't have a problem with people like this, or if you are a person like this. For those of you who watched this all the way through, I want to say I appreciate your time with this topic. If you're also American and scared or worried for the state of our country, then you'd be right to. But remember that there's a lot of us against what's happening right now, and we're not alone in this. It's a scary situation, but this won't be forever. So many people are out there fighting and speaking up, and I encourage you to do the same if you're thinking about it, regardless of the size of your platform. Even just having conversations like this with your friends helps you to feel less alone. Or at the very least, if you'd like to vent, you can feel free to do so in my comments, because this is always going to be a safe space for these kinds of discussions. Due to the nature of this video, I'm also going to leave some resources in the description in case you need them. Remember to stay safe in times like these, and remember you're loved. And let's make the Identity 5 community a better place and safe from hateful, bigoted people. Okay, I'm editing this in very last second. I just wanted to quickly say, because this just happened today, Santy Devil came back. I'm not gonna make an entire video on this because I've already made 2 videos on Santy. There's not really much else I can add to the situation. All I want to say is everything I've said still stands. I don't support Santy. I will never associate with Santy. If any other creators support or associate with him, I will not associate with them either. If you're going to support Santy Devil and watch his content, then just go ahead and unsubscribe from me, because I don't want you in my community. And that's really all I have to say about that. Thank you for watching if you've watched all the way through, and I hope you have a good day.